I'm going to ask before we wrap it up. Number one is, what have you learned along the way as an entrepreneur by starting Proof Analytics? What are a couple of two learnings? And this could go for hours, I know. So just pick,
I would
just
say
pick one.
yeah, I would say this. There's so many things, but if I had to pick one that was like super relevant to particularly right now in the current
Yep.
situation everybody is in, entrepreneurship certainly has some really awesome moments in it, but it has a lot of suffering.
Yep.
I choose that word on purpose because that's actually what it is. It's not just like hard times or something like that. Particularly if you are the CEO, like, it amazes me actually that we lionize entrepreneurs and CEOs. And I think we only do that because they're perceived as having a lot more money than a lot of people and power.
Yeah.
The amount of suffering in those roles, those kinds of situations, compounded by loneliness.
Yep.
Which, again, if you've never experienced it, you cannot relate. So don't even try, right?
Yep.
But when you're tempted to not have empathy for your CEO, you might want to rethink that a little bit. I'm not saying that some of them aren't jerks, and I'm not saying that they're beyond accountability. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it's a lot harder than it looks. And so you as you and I were talking about earlier, right? You can either be really pulled down by all that,
Yep.
or you can make a choice to learn from it.
Yes.
And also to see what there is to be thankful about in the midst of all that. And sometimes it is something totally different that's obviously pretty easy to be thankful about, that's not part of the suffering. And then sometimes it's also, you do have these moments where you go, you know what, this really sucks, but I'm learning so much right now, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
So and it ultimately, I think you have to be very proactive about this, but you have to cultivate joy, which is not related to your circumstances. It's about something higher and bigger than that, right? And it's kind of like opening up the optic and seeing more of your life, what it has been, what it is, and what it could be at any given moment.
Yep.
Then most of us don't do that very much, unless it's a worry, right?
Yep.
So as a data scientist, right, what I will add to that is that it's a rule of thumb that 2/3 of every model minimum involves things that you do not control.
Yep.
This is the wave that you are seeking to surf, but you will never understand, you'll never control the wave, and the wave can kill you at any time or really mess you up, right?
Yep.
So you have to really realize that while this is the paradox that's illustrated in analytics over and over and over again, right? Even though it's super important what you do, it's still a very small percentage contribution to what ultimately happens.
Yeah.
But that's not an excuse for not doing your best.